May profits be upon you. We're looking at the second part of the weekly Forex forecast, and we're going to be going over the equities in here. But I still have some unfinished business with the majors. All right, from the first part, I'll leave a link for the first part of this the forecast in the comment section. Check the comment section. I will leave a link there for you. But we left off in the when I was going over the CAD futures. All right, looking for a price to continue higher from a fair value gap, but we got to travel lower, which means a bearish start to the week. All right, in order to get higher. Now, for those who trade CFDs, I will give you the look. All right, the viewpoint from the CFDs. We're going to look at USD CAD. All right, you can see that if you remember my last weekend forecast, I told you that we would be hitting this low, and this will be the third target. We hit these two last week, and this one remains. You see how far price came down. You see how much momentum is to the downside. This is just the opposite of what I just showed you in the CAD futures, which is CAD USD. This is USD CAD, all right? This is the inverse, all right? And you can see that we created a fair value gap here. I'm looking for price to come up and touch that fair value gap and continue down to our last target here and maybe on to lower targets here. There's actually relative equal highs here. So uh, if we just do a little something like that, what did I just move something? Wow, what the heck did I just do? All right. All right. So you can see that price could hit this fair value gap and continue down lower here. I see what I did. All right. So I'm looking for price to continue lower. That's it. All right. I'm looking for a weaker USD towards middle to late, probably NFP Friday, and then price turning around. Okay. If we go to the Swiss franc futures, you can see pretty much the same thing. We had a very bullish run up to create that swing high, and then this past week we swept that high. All right, took that liquidity there, and prices pushing down. Why? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we started pushing back. Why? Because we were retracing to what? Possibly here. All right, there's an order block there, but I would love for price to come back to the fair value gap so that we can continue higher up and hit this swing high for liquidity. That's what I'd like to see. All right. But I'll be looking right around this level. All right. Right around 1.17850 for price to continue higher. But I'm not looking to take shorts. Honestly, I'm not looking to take shorts. We may get some shorts Monday through Friday, but I would prefer longs here. Yeah, there's a lot of profit margin here, so I may be inclined to take a long. I mean a short, but I'm looking for to stay with my bias. My bias is for price to turn around here, right? Uh, and this is the CFD look, the exact opposite. I'm looking for price to just come up to that fair value gap left behind. You can see that we're just making our way down towards the swing low. All right, just like we're doing the opposite in the futures, heading up towards that swing high. I'm looking for price to continue down low and hit the swing low. That's it. Easy enough. If we go to the yen, this market I'm not too hot on because it's kind of moving sideways, and um, it hit an order block here. All right, found support and pushed higher, but that last push, price came is heading towards the lows here. All right, heading towards that low here, and I believe we're going to see price take out those lows before heading up. All right, are we going? Is price going to come all the way back down to the order block? I don't know if it makes it that far, honestly. I just don't know. We're going to have to see how price unfolds, but I believe these two will definitely get struck first. These two bearish targets. I mean, buy sell targets. This is a sell side liquidity, so I'm looking for price to take those out. If a price develops a bearish fair value gap, I'm definitely looking for price to come back and take those. Definitely take those targets. All right. And if we look at the USD JPY, for those that trades CFDs, I'm looking for price to come up, just the opposite now, come up back into this area of fair value. All right. This is an order block here. All right. I'm looking for price to come back up in this area of value and continue lower from there. Okay. That area of value is right at 146.83. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, if I can get to the equities, ES is the S&P. There is that order block. Uh, you see that the pattern here, right? Long, short, long. I love these expansion candles. I like to see price expanding through, right? And price found support here, even though it's going sideways. It's finding that support, and price is rallying right now from that area. I am looking for a bullish week for the indices, as price looks like traders are pricing in the interest rate cut. So I'm looking at this as an immediate 5,669. All right, 5,669, and which is the previous weekly high. All right, the previous weekly high. All right, and I'm looking for price to create a new all-time high. And I think that's within the realm of possibility. It's a good distance, but I believe that's in the realm of possibility, especially by Friday. Okay. If we go to the NASDAQ, again, you can see I have uh, the schedule Tuesday, the economic schedule Tuesday. We have manufacturing PMI. Wednesday, we have JOLTS. All right. Thursday, we have ADP and unemployment claims. And then Friday is NFP. It's going to be a volatile week, and it's going to be filled with opportunity. I'm still looking for price. Let's get rid of that. I'm still looking for price in the NASDAQ to rally. All right. I'm still looking for a price to rally from here. I'm still looking for it to complete the internal to external move. You see how price took out the swing high here, traded above it, and then pulled back. This is the retracement that you always get after you hit a swing high. All right. From external, which is this is an external target, to an internal target, which is a fair value gap or an order block more. But I like to trade, I preferably trade fair value gaps. All right. And you can see how price started to rally here on Friday. It ended up an inside bar, but I am looking for price to continue into these relative equal highs here, and ultimately to this external high here, this swing high here. So I'm looking for a bullish week. Uh, uh, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Uh, the crazy sister, uh, uh, the Dow Jones to the other indices, you can see how it has already tapped on Thursday a new all-time high, and you see how Friday's candle is very bullish. Didn't quite make the new high here, but I believe that high will be taken for sure next week. So we can just move that over here. We can move that over here and get rid of the X and put that as this is going to be our new target, our immediate target. And once it accomplishes that, we'll see how it goes from there. We'll see. We'll look for new what do you call it? Fair value gaps to develop, and we'll look for price to launch from those. But a bullish week to the Dow, I believe, is incoming as well. Okay. If we go to gold in their hills, all right, you can see that gold has been moving pretty strong, all right. Uh, with higher lows, and then finally we get a higher high, but then we go sideways. Even though we got our calling cards there, like the fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap, price came back to that full value, that fair value gap, and uh, continued to show support, give it support in the structure so that it can go higher. Uh, I believe that gold will likely con- pull back a little bit, pull back a little bit, more than likely back into the the consummate encroachment of this bullish fair value gap here, and then continue higher. I believe gold is pretty strong for the week, and I believe that may continue. All right, it's going sideways now, but I believe it'll sort itself out. See how we came down low. We have some support here. This fair value gap is showing resiliency, so I believe that we should be heading towards this high. But this will be the immediate high. This is the high of the week of the previous week. So we'll see if that target gets hit. Okay, we'll go to silver. Silver, you see this where I have this mark? That is an order block. If you go to the weekly, you'll see it, right? Got a nice order block here that pushed up higher. Price is pushing back down into it. I believe that we should find support here to for higher support for higher movement, right? Higher. Uh, 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 we may see price start to rally from this area. All right. We may have a bearish start to the week. All right. You have some uh, sell to buy wicks here. Sell to buy wicks on lower time frames. You can see that there are some bullish order blocks in there on the lower time frames. On the lower time frames, I said flames. Okay. But price could very well come down to this this the other order block down here. All right, take this low out and then go higher. I don't know. We got to see what the price action is here as the week opens, because I believe that the US dollar will be weakened by the end of the week. All right, but it's going to be pretty strong before then. All right, it's going to be pretty strong before then. So we may see some bearishness. We may see price drop down to here somewhere around this area. We may see price pull back a little bit. All right, and then go up. This is what I want to do. Want to caution you: look for the pullbacks. Look for the retracements to indicate that they are ending before you start thinking about buying. All right. So I believe that we're going to pull back and then continue higher. But I'm not looking to take shorts here myself. I'm looking for. I'd rather look for the higher probability buys, honestly. So if price starts to create a bearish fair value gap here, then I'll recalculate. I'll just reassess. Okay. If we go to crude oil, I showed you this picture a long time ago, weeks ago. This is the trend line support here. Really, it's a trend line liquidity point, and price market makers know that there are people who are planning on taking buys when price hits this line. But what market makers do is go back past it a little bit, go past it a little bit to liquidate these people before they can take the ride up. All right, and that's the way I look at trend lines. Okay. And you can see on a daily basis that price is closing low, and you can see the momentum building that way. But what I want you to see here in this range of price from top to bottom, all right, we are at the 70.5 to 50 70.50% fib level. this is the area where I would start to look for price to turn around if it's going to turn around. And uh, I can't tell you whether I can't predict the future, of course, but I think it will. I think it will, but I'm looking for signs of it. Now, if I start to see bearish fair value gaps developing, and we start to see that the order flow is bearish, hey, we have to respect that. We have to respect that and follow the flow, right? But right now, price is in a daily fair value gap that is showing resiliency. We see a little rejection down here. All right, price could very well start to turn around. Price could very well start to turn around, but I'm not going to hold on to that. All right, I was expecting price to turn around here and continue higher. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was expecting this high to be the next liquidity target, and it's proven that it has not. So uh, I'm not so sure if this because we're so deep into this fair value gap. I don't know if it's going to hold. I have my doubts. So if I go to the 4 hour, this is my first time looking at it. What do we see? We see some order flow. We see a very bearish candle here. We see that we took out a bullish fair value gap here, and we closed below these lows. That's not bullish. That is bearish. It looks like this fair value gap is going to fail, fail, fail. Now we are inside of a 4 hour bullish fair value gap, which is, in and of itself is all right. Could we see how price is starting to show signs of stalling here? All right, maybe we see price turn around here. All right, I'm looking at this uh, historical diagonal support here, that maybe there's a good chance that price finds a new high. But the fact that we this should have been a higher low for a higher high, and it's failed. A failed swing is a pretty bearish movement for me. So this one bears watching. This one bears watching, and you let me know what you think. What do you think? If price is going to turn around or not? I'm going to be patient and wait until I see a break of structure, a pullback, and I want to see if price starts to flag and come down to this the liquidity trend line here. We'll see. We shall see. But this looks bearish. This looks bearish because I don't see the bullishness. All right. Maybe this fair value gap holds. This daily fair value gap holds. Maybe. All right. And the last one I'm going to look at is U, UK oil. All right. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's why I'm throwing on. We didn't go back to the daily. We got the same liquidity, a very similar liquidity trend line here, but uh, Brent usually follows behind the U.S. oil. All right, and you can see that we have a bearish, bullish, bearish uh, pattern here, and prices incrementally trying to get lower, but there is still support being shown at this the bottom of the fair value gap. I'm looking for price quite possibly hit this line and then continue higher. It may crash right through. It may thunder right through. We don't know. I don't know. We're gonna go with what the market gives us. All right. I'm gonna check that price action first, and that'll be it. All right. If price action says we're turning around, then that's fine. It starts giving me breaks of structure to the upside, then that'll be fine. All right. But right now it's looking bearish, and but I don't want to take a buy. I don't want to take a sell into this liquidity trend line. Okay, and that concludes um, my forecast. I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to leave a link for the first part of this forecast in the comment section, and I just want you to leave a comment if you can.